The statue of Warden Sharp has seen better days.
I'm doing what you want!
Thank you, Batman. The guard wouldn't have lasted much longer.
Is he okay?
He struck his head when they knocked him to the ground.
I'll take that as a no, then. The screaming and creepy noises coming from that room is so unsettling. Makes you feel so uneasy and not want to go in there. Nice continuity here. This guard is still alive before Harley turns on the electric floor and supposedly kills him.
I'm really not interested in a bunch of flowers, Ivy.
They're in pain, crying for help.
I wasn't expecting Poison Ivy in this game when I first played it. Her design and voice acting is pretty spot on. Personally, she shines even more in Arkham Knight, but she's still a great addition in this game and in City. I love the little warning signs drawn on the floor here. It's just in case if you forget, never bring her a plant. So this has always been a weird scene to me. So we see Harley walking towards where Batman currently is, and I'm guessing she decides to follow Ivy out since she doesn't come back this way. And we know this isn't a recording since we just said hi to Ivy. I guess she wanted to come say hi to Clayface or torture the Warden some more. I always found it funny how you can just watch the Warden hide in here and get into this awkward fetal position. If you listen closely, you can hear Clayface morphing into Gordon here. I never noticed this until this recent playthrough. You like my double take right there? Like I said, first time I ever heard it in this playthrough.
Come and get me, Bats! I double dare ya!
I don't know why, but the zoom in is so funny. It feels totally unnecessary, and I think it's the only one in the game. This is kind of interesting. First off, the guard has a friend now, and secondly, they're apparently still alive since you can still see them breathing, yet the scanner doesn't pick it up, so I'm not sure what's going on here. Some unique paper headlines around these cells. These would stress me out so much back then in the early days. I'm not good under pressure. Once again, we meet the guard who said Croc is on his way up in the elevator in the asylum, and the one we talked to when we finally got outside. I told you we'll see him again. Similar to the Riddler, Harley also starts getting frustrated and yelling at you if you're going the wrong way.
What kind of dumbass are you? I'm over here! Ooh, you're getting warmer!
I was speechless when that happened. I had no idea you could even do that.
Die, you big ugly bat!
Aw, no more big bad bat? Alright, I'm just gonna do a quick pause right here and take a look. Alright, starting from the top, we have Selina Kyle, aka Catwoman, easy one. Harvey Dent, we all know as Two-Face. Jervis Tech, aka Mad Hatter. Basil Carlo, aka Clayface, who we will see in Arkham City. Waylon Jones, aka Killer Croc, we will see later in this game. Oswald Cobblepot, aka the Penguin, easy one. Also part of one of the best TV shows, no joke, watch that if you guys haven't yet. Arnold Wesker, aka the Ventriloquist for Scarface. That could have been a little tricky one. Then on the bottom, we have Luke Oliver, who apparently won a contest back in 2008, and the prize was to have his face rendered in this game. And his character is actually in the back room where the warden is with the missing arm. So nice little trivia there for you. Great foreshadowing here with the faces. Most criminals in Arkham City have sad faces, representing those who either don't align with Joker or get caught up in the turf war later on. The ones with happy faces are Joker's favorite, like Croc, who he was happy to see in the beginning, and Clayface, who even helps him in City. Really nice touch. I also looked up the numbers by their names, hoping they might represent the comic issue they first appeared in, or something significant. But it seems they are just cell numbers or something. If anybody has other ideas, let me know. I'm curious to hear your theories. I also love the little doodles by Harley, like the gravestone that says Rip Sharp. Maybe she was planning to finish him off when she was going to come and say hi to us. Also, there's a bit more to this list. If you look closer, you can see a J, which could have stand for Joker or maybe Jack Ryder, and a P, which could have been Pamela Isley, aka Poison Ivy, or even Professor Pigman. Imagine Professor Pigman on this list. I can't wait to deep dive into his character in Arkham Knight.
You won't find Mr. J. He's in the secret lab in the gardens and... oh, crap!
Yep, I know.
Classic Batman, he's always one step ahead of them. I've always wondered if Freeze is still in there. That could have been an amazing Easter egg to see his skeleton on the scanner. It could have been a little bit of foreshadowing for Arkham City too. The guard's buddy is now gone, and now he's sitting up once again like he did earlier. This guy is clearly having a rough day.
Unconfirmed reports that Batman was killed during the Joker's daring escape, but I must stress,
I always wonder if Joker tipped off Ryder that Batman is supposedly dead, especially since Joker is probably planning to kill him later that night with the Titan. I hate these little scums just waiting for you under the vents. It's like they've got nothing better to do than play hide and seek with Batman. Looks like the doctor we met earlier didn't make it, but at least the guard did, or at least that's what I'm going to tell myself to make myself feel better. The throwing lunatic will never not be funny to me. It's like Batman's version of dodgeball, but these little scum popping up out of nowhere. They're just little scares nobody asked for. Don't know why, but I really love the garden. I think it's my favorite part of the game. The eerie music and atmosphere, it just screams comic book vibes to you. I forgot to mention this in my last video, but you can actually see these guards alive in the garden at the beginning before Zsasz shows up and makes a shopping display out of them. I always wonder what the henchman meant by...
What the hell was that thing?
I know he's talking about the Titan monster, but did one just walk by, or did he just openly give his opinion on it? This line has always felt really weird to me. This is probably my favorite takedown moment. It always brings a smile to my face. From what I've read online, they originally wanted to include the Mad Hatter in this game, but couldn't due to time constraints. Personally, I think it's fine without him, especially since he shows up in all the other games. Still a nice nod to him here. Ouch, I always feel when they backhand that poor guy. You can't hear it over the henchmen, but if you watch closer you can see on the subtitles that the guy is actually cheering on Batman.
Thanks. Are you okay?
This is the third time anyone actually asked Batman if he's doing alright. The first two were actually Gordon in the beginning and after Bane's fight. Once again, the stress of dealing with these things. Now it's even more stressful since you have to do it 3 times in a row. Thanks, Joker. I always hated these. The way the body drops always sends chills down my spine. A lot of my friends miss this hidden dialogue with the Joker working on the henchman. It's one of the most messed up scenes in the game, if not the worst. Take a listen. And he just goes back to his singing after that. A morbid yet nice little detail here. This guy is holding himself probably because he is in a lot of pain. It's something we don't see often in these games, only a handful of times with the people we save. I like it because it adds a touch of realism in these kind of scenarios.
Help me! Someone! Get me out of this thing!
They're going down.
Good. And remember, if you hear a collar go off, Batman's here.
Again, another great way to amp up the difficulty, especially with the addition of the collars.
I'm sorry. I thought I was working for Dr. Young.
I guess everybody knows now that this is pretty much Dr. Young's fault and she worked with Joker.
Well, look who's discovered our secret lab.
I was worried that scene would be a little too graphic for YouTube, but this is probably the most intense one in the series, at least until Arkham Knight. Just like in the beginning, we eventually see Joker flee the scene on the scanner. This is personally my favorite gadget in the game, and it's always nice to see the Batwing make an appearance.
They're all dead. Joker was busy while I fought his monsters.
I always found it odd that Joker comes back. It looks like the elevator takes him to the dock or somewhere else, and it doesn't take us that long to fight his monsters, but I guess we'll never know. Rest in peace, these guys.
I know Dr. Young mutated these plants to produce venom.
Yes, and I heard it through the grapevine the evil woman paid the price.
That's legit a good dig and pun Ivy threw out there.
There's a plant growing deep in Arkham Island. Only it can counter the effects of this Titan strain.
Where do I find it?
Oh, in Killer Croc's lair. You didn't think it would be easy, did you?
It never is in these games.
And look who it is. Hey, Batman! Looks like you've taken a wrong turn.
Once again, messing with a henchman never gets old in these games.
We turned on the phone. You're trapped over there. Yeah, not so special now, are you?
I'm pretty convinced these are the two from the beginning, the one who said,
What the hell was that thing? I'm sorry. They came back. Turned the power back on. I couldn't do anything. I just hid.
Some great continuity here with them turning the power back on. At least the guy is still alive.
Why me for nothing, do they, dear? I was hoping for a 40-foot killer plant, but you don't always get what you want, do you?
A little bit of foreshadowing here for Poison Ivy's boss fight later on. After all, it involves an almost 40-foot killer plant.
Gotcha, bitch. I never thought I'd see a plant. A freaking plant ripping someone apart.
Well, that answers what happened to the other security guard we saved with this guy earlier on. I should start a body count for this game now that I think about it. Wow, they totally fooled me. These henchmen are really good at surprising Batman.
Man, every route into intensive treatment is locked, and there's nothing I can do to bypass the security.
There was a sniper up on the roof. He got there somehow. I'll find a way.
Key word there was. Batman's mind is already inside there.
Are they ready? Have you planted the explosives yet?
Done. Razor's just finishing his off now.
Good. Let's test them out.
No! No, I'm still up!
Man, poor Razor can't catch a break. First he got trapped in that gas-filled room, and now he's blown off a gargoyle. It's just one thing after another for him today. Poor guy. This is such a great way to ramp up the difficulty, pushing you out of your comfort zone with the gargoyles and forcing you to think on the spot. Rocksteady really knows how to design an amazing game.
Did anyone catch the game last night?
No, but I did hear it was a really close one. Also, you can see Scarecrow's gas coming through the vents once again. Such a great way to fool the player. One of the best jump scares. I love the Scarecrow signal. So simple yet so effective. Maybe a bit of foreshadowing for Arkham Knight because we do see it in that game again. Love the parallels to the beginning. Great storytelling technique. Come on, Joker. You could at least buckle him up.
You think the rumors are true?
What? That Harley used to be a dude?
There's been a lot of discussion online about a man doing the motion capture for Harley in this scene. I don't know if it's true, but honestly, it looks pretty obvious. Also, I really like how Mark Hamill is voicing Scarface. He actually sounds pretty good.
Visit us at www.iThinkI'mGoingCrazyAndDressLikeAmerican.com/idiot.
It would have been amazing if they put face paint on Gordon like the one henchman they did in the beginning. I love how Crane's holding a clipboard. Like, what are you gonna write down? Batman's name for the party list? I also love how Harley's still wearing the warden's name tag. It's not even her picture yet, she's still wearing it. It's just a funny detail to me.
Time for this dance.
Where the hell did he pull that gun from? Are they indicating that they're giving us the middle finger here? Well, that's one way to get your protein intake for the day. His gaze is now bloodshot red here. Here's a comparison to the other two encounters we have with him.
When I first heard the Joker,
Don't want demons to have them to beat.
Why do our inner demons when there's a demon right in front of us right now? They made him low-key kind of creepy in that scene. Just like Joker in the beginning, Crane follows you with every step you take. And he'll be watching you. Good 80s reference right there.
How are you doing this?
'Cause he's Batman. Also, they made Crane look really small and scrawny in this scene. I know he's kind of hunched over, but apparently on his bio, he's 6 foot. This man is lying on his license.
Why fight it, Batman? You're as crazy as the rest of us. You need us as much as we need you.
There's a lot to unpack with that line. It's interesting he said we, referring to the other crazies. Makes me wonder if that's part of why he wanted to work with them in Arkham Knight, hence the meeting he has with some of them.
And to prove it, I'll flood the catacombs with enough fear gas to break the minds of everyone in Gotham for 100 years.
Well, at least you get one night in the future, Crane, on Halloween. Beggars can't be choosers.
Why is Scarecrow going down there? Who cares? I locked the door behind you. He ain't coming out again.
This is by far the smartest henchman to ever walk in this asylum. Once again, I cannot praise the environmental storytelling enough. We see Scarecrow's little hideout and we can see that he's been watching Batman's every move. I think it's also implied here that Scarecrow is the one who shut off the power in the beginning when we were stuck in the elevator. A small continuity error here. You can see the fear bag on the ground before Crane even drops it. I always thought Crane was a bit smarter than the average lunatic in Gotham, but come on, man, you know where you are. Did you really think staying near the water was a good idea? I know in Arkham Knight, Scarecrow blames Batman for everything that's happened to him because, well, he's a jerk, but you could argue that Batman actually saved his life right here. Did it ever cross Batman's mind to think, maybe I should pick this up so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands again? I always found that a bit odd. I don't know why, but the sound of the line launcher is so satisfying to me.
Bruce, are you sure about this? Sounds like a suicide mission.
I've got no choice.
We'll wrap up this mission and finish Arkham Asylum next time. I can't thank you all enough for the love and support. It truly means the world to me. I'm beyond grateful for how many of you are enjoying this series, and we're just getting started with this amazing game franchise. So your enthusiasm keeps me going, and I can't wait to see you in the next one, and thank you so much for watching.